yours.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is Dan and myself, Starkerz. They call me Dan and Starkerz. We are the co-founders of 3Speak, the video platform on Hive. And we are quickly going to move through a presentation. We've got a lot of information. And we don't want to talk too much about 3Speak, the platform itself. I think most people know what it is. So we have a few developments over the recent history that we're working on. One is an open source desktop app, which we're really pleased to announce here. We're probably a couple of weeks away from rolling it out. We've got quite a few bugs at the moment, but we're testing those bugs, getting them resolved and fixed. But the general platform is ready, it's up and running, and the platform is super cool, in my opinion, in our opinion. Basically, it's pure video. And what it does is, in a similar way to what Excensi does, it allows you to have a video app on your desktop, so you're no longer relying on our servers to run that app. You're relying on the app on your computer. It can't be, the web URL can't be blocked as a result, and it gives us the ability to watch videos from our desktop. Basically, we're going to launch the MVP in a couple of weeks. The kind of novel feature about the desktop app is that it stores the videos to IPFS, the Interplanetary File Storage System. And this is massively important to us because it also takes the reliance away from our servers and decentralizes the storage of our videos. And what happens is when you click play, it automatically stores the video to or pins it to your local node and then shares it to the IPFS network, which makes it easier to play as more people watch the video. So what we have is a system where our CDNs, our content delivery network, play the videos until it gets adequately spread, at which point it switches over to the IPFS network and allows the CDNs through there to work. So we're very, very excited about this, and the idea for us is that it is a video sharing system, but essentially bolted onto Hive. This whole thing's going to run through Hive. So where Hive is a text storage mechanism, and it's probably the best blockchain in the world for storing text, we've now built an IPFS system that allows people to store video content, and we'll also integrate thumbnails into that as well. And we're very interested to talk to people like Crimson Clad from NFT Showroom, because we're looking to also allow storage of NFTs on this IPFS network and people to share. As we go forwards, we'll release another version in the next few months where you can actually earn rewards for being a user who runs a CDN, a storage node, or an encoder. So the services that we provide as 3Speak, i.e. the CDN, the encoder, and the storage, will no longer be reliant upon our personal servers. It will be able to distribute that responsibility to the rest of the community and allow other people to use your services instead of ours, and just kind of decentralize the whole video playback mechanism on Hive. And then as we go forward, Dan will explain in a few seconds about how we'll allow people to be rewarded for providing those services. So we're calling them video infrastructure services. And yeah, we want everyone to be part of providing that and decentralizing the video experience on Hive. Let me just switch to a new. Good, yeah. So this is a quick preview of the desktop itself. Sorry, the previous slide was a preview of the desktop. It looks very similar to the 3Speak platform. This is really, really cool because what we have is the ability for users to manage their pins. So they can go in and they can click on pin navigator, and then you can search by user, you can search by community or by trending or by new, and you can select those little green circles and pin your own videos. And then you can see at the top there, there's 3 lines of videos that I've already pinned. Let's quickly flip to the next slide. And then this is a closer view of what it looks like when you've got videos pinned to your node. And you can obviously, with the red crosses, unpin them if you so choose. And then this is just showing you that you can also search by user. So we're a fan of Taskmaster 4450 if he's around. We like some of his videos. And so we chose to search for him there, and we can then pin his videos to our local nodes. This is really cool because what this allows us to do or as a community, it allows us to allow our own communities to store our videos. So if 3Speak goes down, or if 3Speak gets shut down or disappears or whatever, we can now allow the communities themselves to be responsible for storing the videos of either the leader of that community or the content creators within that community. So we're super pleased about this. Expect it to be released in the imminent future. So we're very excited, and the idea is that this app, we want anyone to be able to build this technology. We want anyone to be able to be part of the token system. We will not benefit anymore when we do our token release on this, and Dan will go into a few more details about that in the near future as well. But the idea is that this is one app on top of the whole video network on Hive, right? So we're going to have 3Speak, the web platform that everyone uses at the moment. We're going to have the web app, which kind of decentralizes the whole thing and allows everyone to tie into the IPFS network. That is now going to be open sourced, and we welcome everyone to come work on it. We'll be providing bounties for people to do different tasks on it in the future as well as we go forwards. And so hopefully that now you can start to see a picture of the decentralized nature of this video platform that we're building, this video ecosystem that we're building. And Dan's going to go now into a couple of details as to how that works. So I'll hand over to Dan.
Cool. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. Hey everyone, and thanks Matt. Now the foundation is the dApp, that is the plumbing, so to speak. Next I want to tell you about the Speak network incentive layer. Fair warning, this is a lot of info and it'll get a bit technical. The whole thing is run by what we call a service infrastructure pool, or SIP for short. Anytime a payment is made to the Speak network, it goes to the SIP, where it's locked forever in a liquidity pool, where it'll steadily accrue more value via DeFi fee generation. Think of things like permanent liquidity in a DEX collecting trading fees, loans. The idea is money makes money, and with DeFi, we can do this in a decentralized way. The principle is never touched. Only the fees generated by the SIP are used to stabilize the network. To understand how the SIP generates funds, I first have to introduce you to the 3 tokens that power the Speak network. First is the Larynx token. This one's special because it's a miner token. It's fungible and you can stake it to mine on the Speak network. The more Larynx tokens you have,
Did Dan cut off there?
In 1 second, you're. I don't hear you anymore.
can you hear me now?
Yep, can hear you now, Dan.
That's weird. All right. So I'm on the Larynx token.
Yep.
The Larynx token, this one is a special one because it's a miner token. It's fungible and you can stake it to mine to the Speak network. And the more Larynx tokens you have, the more you can earn from your mining. With Larynx, you mine the second token, Speak. Speak is a capped governance token, stake to vote in governance, proposals, and a stake to earn the third token, which is BRCA. BRCA is basically a gas token. Think fungible resource credits. Users need a tiny bit of BRCA to upload to the network. This prevents spam and incentivizes miners. Now we can talk about payments. The first round of Larynx miner tokens are going to be given freely to Hive holders on a one-for-one basis based on Hive stake. Every year, a slightly improved miner will come out. To get the new miner, you need to send Speak to the SIP. However, before the Speak gets to the SIP, it is chopped into 3 ways. Into Speak, an equal amount is burned and mint into BRCA, and the rest is sold to buy Hive. The Speak, Hive, and BRCA are then sent to the SIP and locked permanently. The same method is used for all payments made to the network, including the ad system and users who pay a small fee to upload videos and images to the network to be stored permanently. Now, why send 3 tokens to the SIP, including Hive? First, you need at least 2 tokens to complete a trading pair. We want at least 1 liquid token from outside the DEX, and since Hive is liquid, we wanted to add a bullish sync for the Hive token. Also, we need a liquid market for miners selling BRCA and for users and platforms that want to buy BRCA. The Speak, Hive, and BRCA are sent to the SIP, where they will act as trading pairs versus one another, providing an ever-increasingly permanent liquidity pool for each pair. The goal is to have the most liquid DEX for Hive, Speak, and BRCA on the market. High liquidity means little slippage, which is the crux of what most people use sexes for. Once the goal of having the most liquid DEX for Speak, BRCA, and Hive is achieved, fees generated from trading pairs should increase due to the desire for the liquidity. When the SIP can reach a critical mass of funds, the profits from those funds can be used for other things outside of stabilizing the network. Assuming the network is stable and there are excess fees, These can be used to fund proposals, building things on Hive and Speak network, and users can use their stake Speak to vote on what they want funded. The idea is to replace an inflation-based model with a SIP that uses a DeFi fee generation to fund the network. There is finite Speak, and every year people will be sending more Speak to the SIP for new miners, which leads to less supply for Speak continuously. And go to the next slide. All right. Elements of the Speak network. Who are the miners? Miners can be sites, platforms, users, anyone that can stake at least one Larynx miner token and provides resources to the network is eligible to mine Speak. Who gets paid from the Speak network? Service infrastructure nodes, SINs for short, are the ones getting paid from the network. We want everything built into the dApp. The idea is to flip a toggle switch from within the dApp to enable mining once at least one Larynx miner is staked. Things like providing hard drive space for storage and bandwidth for encoding a CDN can earn you Speak tokens. We want to make it as simple as possible by doing all the work on the back end. All you have to do is download the app, flip yes to the resources you want to provide without needing to be technical. We want grandma mining Speak. How the storage works, I think, is really cool. It's called proof of access. This is a lot to cover in a short time, so I'll pick my battles. All right. The white paper will be released soon. But to briefly go over, POA is where miners mining videos and images into the network will need to provide proof that they are from a previous block called a recall block. The trick is the miners don't know what the recall block will be. It's randomized. So to mine new blocks, miners are incentivized to store as many blocks as possible. If the miner has the entire network downloaded, that miner will collect 100% of the time. When mining and the miner does not have the recall block that is being asked for, they will collect 0 rewards for that block. I can talk an hour about the mining, but let me quickly get into the smart contract layer, which we plan to use on Hive. The smart contract layer handles all of the SIP payments, paying the miners, SINs, and is used to compensate the network when the Braca fee is not enough. The smart contract layer is what performs all the magic, making sure everything and everyone is accounted for. Go to the next slide. This is just an overview and a picture of what we talked about. I'll quickly go over. When a user uploads videos or images, the Braca fee is then sent to the SIP and what I described above. All payments are sent to the SIP. The SIP then uses DeFi fee generation to compensate the network by paying miners and nodes. And of course, the miners and nodes are sites like 3Speak, users like you and me, and anyone else that has access to a Larynx miner token and extra bandwidth and storage. Next slide, please. Now, let's talk about the claim drop. The reason we did a claim drop and not an airdrop is because we are dropping miner tokens. We want the Speak supply to start at 0 and give everyone on Hive a chance to be the first to mine it. If we airdrop the miners to idle users, it's actually bad for the network. We want as many active miners as possible, or we want those Hivers to sell their miners to people who do want to mine. Idle miners accomplish none of that. The way we thought we would draw some excitement is a year-long claim drop. There will be a one-time snapshot of everyone's Hive balance for the Larynx miner token claim drop. Every month, Hivers can claim their tokens. And if you claim each month for the entire year, you'll get 100% of your Larynx miners tokens for free. All the unclaimed miners go to a pool where at the end, the community will vote where they go. The idea here is to try to bring in outside platforms. Instead of being all divided, we can work together, which is what Web3 is all about. We'll make a public announcement and platforms can throw their hats in the ring for those who want to have some ownership in the Speak network. 3Speak will have no more ownership than anyone else, and will need to be voted in just like everyone else to receive any of the unclaimed tokens. We hope this creates a buzz over the year, and our sales pitch to Altspace platforms is get paid by doing what you're already doing. Just plug into the network, share resources, and receive compensation. If we can land a few, that might just be like a domino that creates an exciting atmosphere, and we believe we can create the ultimate network effect. Okay. And I'll quickly recap. There's a lot to take in. The SIP locks in fees that grow forever and pay out services and proposals. Miners and nodes help infrastructure and get paid and rewarded. The claim drop is fair and helps us get a network effect that gives equal amount of ownership to the AltSpace platforms as voted for by the Hive community. All of you can earn rewards by helping run video infrastructure. All of you will be able to integrate this into your front ends. Now I'm going to pass this to Matt.
Well done, Dan. That was a lot to get through, and you did a really good job there. I appreciate it. I can see there's a lot of round of applause going on in the audience as well, so you did a great job. Okay, so this is the last slide to run through. Will be in the white paper, so we're looking forward to issuing that in the near future and getting people's feedback. We know very well that this community is one of the best in blockchain, and there's some incredibly talented people here. We don't claim to be the experts in blockchain, especially compared to some of the other people who are in the Hive community. And so when we issue this white paper, we really are hoping to get feedback from people who know a lot more about blockchain than we do. So sorry, did I cut out?
Come again?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Is it okay? Yeah. So basically, that's the kind of the next thing. Then we're going to go into open source in the desktop app, the distributed storage system that we talked about, and then we're going to put out a Hive proposal, because we've been funding 3Speak for a long time, and our ambition is to attach this to Hive so that it's a distributed storage network for video as well as Hive being a distributed storage network for text. And so we're going to put a proposal out to try and get some of this funded. A lot of the ideas that Dan's talked about are ideas at the moment, and it's very early phase. We're not announcing a release or a build here yet. This is the initial kind of idea and the vision for it. So we will be having to do a lot of building over the next few months to get this, to achieve this. In Q2, we're looking to do our Larynx miner token drop that Dan just talked about. I just want to re-emphasize that 3Speak will get an equal share of the unclaimed tokens as the other platforms that are voted in. And that gives us as a community a really big chance to announce this on Twitter and make a lot of noise on Twitter and claim drop each month and do a vote on the community as to which platform should get that drop. And hopefully we start to see other platforms come in, start to pay attention to this, and get involved in storing some of the videos on the network. And then the community can continue to vote for them and distribute Larynx miner tokens to them so that they can mine the system when the Speak token comes out. Where are we at next? Q2, set up your own content platform. We intend to have multiple content platforms running here. Any of you guys that want to run your own websites and your own video platforms on top of this network, we want to encourage that. We're going to release hopefully several front-end designs that people can use and customize with their own logos and their own designs. In Q3, we're aiming to get the SIP ready, which is this DeFi pool. We're urging anyone who's working on a DeFi pool to contact us so we can create a kind of very large DeFi pool on the Hive community rather than us all working in silos. I'm happy to collaborate. Proof of access mining algorithm that Dan was just talking about will be rolled out around about that time as well. Q4, we're then looking to have work with whoever it is that's building the smart contract layer on Hive. We know there's several being built. It may be that we end up using a different blockchain as well, but we're open to all options on what smart contract layer we're going to use for this. And then, of course, we're looking to then release the Speak token, the Braca token. We also want to create tokens for content creators. So we want to make it really easy for our content creators to create tokens. And I'd like to talk to Crimson Clad after as well if she's around, because the idea of tokenizing memes that content creators continuously release. So in the same way that a stock pays a dividend out to its users, you might have a scenario in the future where the more of a token that a user holds, the more that they can mine rare memes, as though they're kind of like rare football cards. and content creators can continuously issue these memes and create continuous demand for their tokens in the background, in the same way that stocks create continuous demand for their stocks by issuing dividends to their holders. So that's where we're looking to go in the future. It's going to be a very interesting future with that, and thanks for your attention. If there's any questions, happy to answer them either now or later, and appreciate your attention.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I hope it's possible to do the questions in person, maybe in the lobby or around here in one of the rooms. Thanks a lot, guys. And also thank you for hosting the live stream. It's going super smooth. And the live stream, I mean, right?
Thank you.
No, thanks a lot, guys.
It's a pleasure.
A shit ton of products and services rolling out. I'm looking forward to 2021.